Today we will embark on a journey into the world of one of the most enigmatic artists of the 20th century, Salvador Dalí. His work has revolutionized the understanding of reality in art, inspiring millions. This Spanish painter was born at a time when avant-garde artists had already begun to revolutionize the art world at the start of the 20th century. Salvador Domingo Felipe Jacinto Dalí Domènech Marquès de Dalí de Pujol. That's the full name of the surrealist artist widely known as simply Salvador Dalí. Years of life, 1904 to 1989. He was born in Figueres, a small town in the province of Girona, in the autonomous community of Catalonia, Spain, but received his formal art education at the Royal Academy of Fine Arts of San Fernando in Madrid, the capital of the country. Initially, he was influenced by both Impressionist painters and masters of the Renaissance, but his unconventional vision and unusual character meant that he quickly developed a keen interest in Cubist art. His most famous works are created in the surrealist artistic style, a movement he swiftly joined, and one that became synonymous with his art from the late 1920s onward. Fine draftsmanship, unique subjects, and impeccable technique. These are the qualities that distinguish the paintings and sculptures of this eccentric figure in art history. In this piece, you will discover some of the most famous paintings by Salvador Dalí. Top 10. Most famous paintings by Salvador Dalí. The Persistence of Memory is not only the most famous painting of Salvador Dalí's career, but also the most celebrated surrealist work on the planet. You've likely seen the iconic image of melting pocket watches many times before, as it has been reproduced in various media worldwide. This painting revolves around the artist's theory of softness and hardness, which he explored in his art in the early 1930s. Another noteworthy element is the strange creature in the background of the work. Dream Caused by the Flight of a Bee is a shortened title for the painting fully known as Dream Caused by the Flight of a Bee, Around a Pomegranate, a Second Before Awakening. It is one of Dalí's many works created using his unique surrealist technique, which he called a hand-painted dream photograph. The nude woman depicted in the painting is believed to be his wife, Gala Dalí, who appears to be dreaming while lying on a rock, partially levitating over a distant seascape. Metamorphosis of Narcissus is a work considered one of the best examples of the paranoid critical method, developed by Dalí himself in the 1930s. This method involved inducing a state of paranoia immediately before he started painting. In this piece, you can see the artist's interpretation of the Greek myth of Narcissus. The youth is depicted on the left side of the canvas, his head resting on his knee. On the right, a cracked egg appears in reflection, with a narcissus flower emerging from it. Swans Reflecting Elephants is another painting created using the artist's paranoid critical method. The main feature of this technique is the double image, which he described in detail in his work titled The Conquest of the Irrational. Dalí used the same method to create a double reflection in the lake, as seen in his previous work, Metamorphosis of Narcissus. The long necks of the swans in the lake become, in reflection, the trunks of elephants. Bare trees and a rather somber Catalonian landscape can be seen in the background. The Great Masturbator is another unique painting by Salvador Dalí, created at the height of the Surrealist era. The work centers around a distorted human face looking downward. Its landscape is based on a rock formation known as Cap de Creus, located in Catalonia. The painting includes a wide array of elements, which may relate to Dalí's traumatic childhood experiences and some conditions he struggled with in adulthood. He kept this work until his death, as it hung in the Dalí Theater and Museum in Figueres. The Temptation of St. Anthony is an outstanding work by Salvador Dalí and is considered a precursor to the later stage of his career, known as his classical period, or simply the Dalí Renaissance. This was the only work he ever submitted for a contest associated with the film of the same name, created by David L. Lowe and Albert Lewin. The Burning Giraffe is the title of a painting Dalí completed shortly before he emigrated to the United States due to the outbreak of the Second World War. He lived there from 1940 to 1948. This work includes several elements that lead art historians to believe he was more politically involved rather than solely focused on self-expression. The Face of War, also known as the Visage of War, was painted around 1940, while the artist was already residing in the American state of California. It can easily be described as a reaction to the atrocities of the Spanish Civil War and the personal trauma it left in Dalí's mind. The Disintegration of the Persistence of Memory is the title of a work derived from Dalí's world-famous piece, The Persistence of Memory. The initial title of the work was completely different and sounded like the chromosome of a highly colored fish's eye, beginning the harmonious disintegration of the persistence of memory. The Hallucinogenic Toreador is a surrealistic painting in which the artist tried to visually convey his wife, Gala Dalí's profound aversion to bullfighting. This is why the scene takes place inside a large bull ring. Salvador Dalí was an artist who boldly explored the depths of the subconscious and blurred the boundary between dreams and reality. His work continues to astonish and provoke thoughts on the mysteries of the human mind. We hope this journey has been interesting and enlightening for you. Comment below to tell us which Dalí work resonated with you the most. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with friends. See you next time in the world of art.